All right, so breaking down Camber Energy Incorporated here. So obviously very bearish. If we throw on this moving average, you can see it's straight down. It doesn't really get more bearish than this, to be honest. Yeah, it's just been straight down for a very long time. Sitting at about 41 cents. So let's just see what we're looking at now. Maybe we'll get a pop-up. Maybe we're looking to sell it. So first thing I'm looking at here is that you do have a little bit of bull movement here. You got some big bull candles here. You actually see Friday's close bullish engulfing. Broke this little bit of structure here. We'll put this little line in here. You can see that we got, let's say 37.19. Oops, delete that. Here, I'll just do this instead. Hang on. So what is going on here? There we go. So we can see we had this little bit of structure here and price broke it. So now there's a good chance that it comes back, retest this area, and then possibly continues up. So what I think is going to happen next with this, if the technicals are true here, is it might keep pulling up, and it might pull up to this area here. So this is your Fibonacci of this recent price segment from here to here. Basically started mid-July until recently, in the beginning of this month, October. So looking for it to pull back up. This is your 50%, 618 is the most common area for price to pull back to. So that is my area that I will keep in mind for this. Oops, close this. So this is our main area here, and then if we put it into higher time frames, you can't tell much from this. It is just very, very bearish. I would not be buying this at all. So even if you get a pullback to this area here, this 36-cent mark-ish, do not buy it, I don't think, just because it's so bearish. But I'd be looking to sell it up here. So if we throw on our pivot points, we can see the first daily resistance area is this 496 right here, so right below 50 cents. So it kind of makes sense. Price does like whole numbers, so the 50-cent mark makes sense, and the R2 is right below it. So I do see it, the next move coming to this R2. If we get a bounce here, as far as like risk to reward, I don't think there's any reason to buy this. I'd be looking to sell it, especially if it comes back up into this area here. Let's just see if there's anything we can look at. Yeah, you got a little bit of bull momentum. I mean, if you can even call it momentum. Similar to this, right? Like if we get rid of this right here and we just have this, you can see like back here you got some bull structure setting up, and then it just boom took out. So I assume this is going to be very, very similar. If we throw the fib levels on, that's basically what we're looking at. Another area that we would look at would be actually right here, and this, based on this, seems more ideal. So if price pulls up to this 38.2 line, which is right at about 60 cents here, 61 cents, and it rejects this area, so a couple things here. If it rejects this area, that means the trend downwards is still strong, for one, and then for two, you can see that there's actually a zone here. We'll actually go like this. There is a zone here on the weekly. You can see price rejected, and then finally broke. So I'd be more interested, I mean, if price came up to, between this 50% 618 zone, between 74 cents and 86 cents, I'd be more interested in shorting it from that point, but I just don't actually think it'll even make it up that high. I think it will get stuck at this 38.2 level, and then I'd be looking for a short at this level and then targeting more lows. So the range for this right now is about 5 cents a day. It did move 10 cents on Friday. It was about 20 cents a week. So this definitely could be next week's play. I mean, if you were interested in counter trend trading it instead of just shorting it, holy, let's go. There we go. I'm gonna shrink this down a little bit here. Yeah, if you're interested in buying this and counter trend trading, heavily counter trend trading, this would kind of be the position. Something like this. Sorry, I clean all this up. You get a 1.5 1.5 risk to reward, so not terrible, but not great. Targeting this 38.2 level. You could base this trade on a week because it's about 20 cents, 24 cents. So let's see. Oh, this is weekly here. Sorry, I gotta clean this up. What a nightmare. There we go. Should have done that in the first place. Okay, so it's kind of our trade here. If we wanted to counter trend trade this, which I personally do not. I don't know why this is. Oh, I see. Just hang on, bear with me a moment. So if you started your trade on Monday, we're looking at possibly Friday. Obviously, it would have to come down to this area, but this is your 20-ish cent range, so it needs to come down to this 36 cent, which is actually, you know, on this daily time frame, this R1 pivot point. So it did break it, and so now there's a good chance that it comes back down, retests it. So I do think that you could get a push up. I would just be hesitant on buying this at all, just because it is so heavily bearish. So, but I do think this is the next upcoming trade. Come down to 36.45 ish. We'll just call it 36, and then all the way up to 61. Set your stop, you know, below the all-time low, so about 20 cents here, and then yeah, so in at 36, out at 20, take profit at 61. That's kind of the trade setup that I would take for Camber here. It is highly counter trend trading though, so you really gotta be mindful of that. Like, you can't even see the moving average because it's so far, price is so far below it. So that is my take on Camber, and I'll see you guys in the next one.